Hello, welcome to World of Art Podcast, where artists can come to create and express their artistic ways on how they create their wonderful masterpiece. Today on the show, I have a very special guest. This is a very talented young brother, known him for many years now. He does music, he paint, he draw, and he taught us how to play the instrument. So it's up what can't you do, But, today's guest.
What's up, y'all? My name is Azziz, aka Z. I don't know, man. I'm just learning. I'm just trying to take these type of things one day at a time,
Yeah.
But everything that I have planned is because I had help, an immense amount of help to be able to get me to the point where I'm at. And it's like, sometimes you just try things,
Yeah.
You never know what you can do, That's how I am as I approach my art. I'm an artist, graduated from the Cleveland Institute of Art, class of 2019, technically. I was in the class of 2018, but I didn't get my degree till 2019. So, but yeah, and I've just been learning a lot now that I'm out of school. I'm starting to try to navigate how to operate as an artist in the working world, how to be able to brand yourself, but also most importantly, how you are using your message to be able to connect with your community. How can you embed what people are experiencing in your community, specifically people whose voices get marginalized from what we're hearing in the news and media, what gets marginalized from history. That's something that I want my artwork to be able to act as a vessel for people whose voices are being obscure, and specifically those people who are suffering right now, as a result of the way society targets them, specifically black people, black and brown peoples of this nation. So that's kind of what my artwork focuses on.
Well, I definitely love how you put that because, art can just bring so many things together, and when it can and will bring together a community, then to be a part of that and to express yourselves. So some people can't express themselves for themselves, but they have favorite artists who, like, whatever that they see or hear, whatever it is, they're just like,
you relate
wow,
to it, like it really hits home, right?
Yeah. Well, I actually find that to be dope. Actually, one thing that a lot of guys that you may not have known about me is that, I fell off from drawing and painting a long time ago. And, but I was doing a photo shoot for you, for your artwork and stuff like that, and to see the artwork that he was doing, it inspired me to start back drawing and painting. And I haven't did it in years, but, I started back doing it, and, I've been consistent, and then it's up like, I do that, and then I want to do something else, and then something else, and then it's funny because now that little spark that you started, it led to this show, and because of that, it made me want to keep on going, and heck, I'm gonna just be real, get on your level though, man. So I appreciate that, man.
I feel like you always had it. It's just maybe it became dormant because you didn't give yourself maybe enough time to work on it. And once you got it, man, you got it. Some people say if you don't use it, you lose it, and to a certain degree, I guess that is true. But you ain't never lost it, man. You always had it.
Well, I appreciate that, but just know, this man was my inspiration to start back getting going. So I appreciate that, my brother.
Hey, man, I'm happy to help.
Cool. You've been doing art since you've been a little kid.
Yeah, since I can remember.
And was doing art was your way of outlet of letting go of, any kind of stress, or when you're growing up as a child, you're in that moment or that place where you may feel, unwanted or left out, or just like that you don't fit in. How have art helped you to you know,
To,
kind
like, cope
of
with
bridge
it.
that gap and like cope with it. Yes.
Yeah, that's I think it's always been. That's actually a very important way that you can utilize it. That I utilize it because I definitely think that as an artist, you have a natural response to manifest whatever you're seeing or whatever is like whatever speaks about your experience.
Yeah.
So if that's something that you're experiencing, that I think it'll definitely that's definitely how we subconsciously speak about how you're coping with this reality. And if it is something like neglect or something that is very stressful, then naturally for me, and our artwork is definitely naturally a thing that I just come to try to decompress and you know, find my balance, recenter myself, because we've taken a lot of things subconsciously and we're constantly going through changes and we're reacting in the way culture is shaping us as people. So sometimes you might, you know what I'm saying, there'll be things that's affecting you and you might not even understand why it's affecting you. It could be something related to your past, or it could be something that you're hearing in news and media or wherever you're hearing things from that might tune our brains towards a certain type of reaction or a certain type of behavior, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hearing a commercial over and over and stuff like that. But for me personally though, you know, trying to utilize artwork as a way to like project my experience, that's definitely something I've been doing since I can remember. And I don't even know why. It's just something, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not really sure. I never really thought about it. Like why
Who just picked up on it one day and said, you know what, I'm good at this, huh? So,
yeah. I just be having fun, really. That's really it. That's the most important thing. If I'm not having fun with it, it's like,
Yeah. See, and you know, I've always felt that everybody kind of have that creative side. It's up to you to find out what is yours. You know, and it may be different from somebody else's, or some things that people don't understand. You know, one thing about art, it's not meant to be understood all of the time. You know, it's meant for you to think. It's meant for you to lose yourself into a different world, put yourself into somebody else's shoes, or just like just get lost in a fantasy. Because truth be told, life can be very, very, very rough, and it can be a struggle. You know, like for example, last year, 2020, you know, with this pandemic that's going on, you know, a lot of us went through stuff mentally, and you know, it really got to us. It really messed with us.
Not just mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually,
especially that.
Financially. It's like it's changing the whole world's perception on history, self-care, you know, political and socially engaged, and energy that's in people's minds and in people's hearts.
Yeah.
Like corruption, like it's like like an upheaval, you know.
Yes.
A great upheaval of all this type of you know, every aspect of our existence is being changed.
It's true, and I completely agree with you what you said about that. It's that's what I can say is just you know, I can't really say that. It's just my body is tired and drained right now. It's just tired.
Right.
You know? So like you know, like I, for a fact, you know, I tuned into my artistic side a lot more during this pandemic. You know, I just couldn't just sit around and just not do anything.
And all the free time, that's the best way to use your free time, to be able to be creative and manifest. Especially, I know when you just be thinking of something cool. You ever had that moment where you're like, hey, that would be dope, I should do that. But like, you just kind of just don't.
Like this.
Like this. I'm saying, I have days like that all the time where I'm like, I'll think of the whole process of creating like a piece, like maybe like a painting or like an animation or something like that. And then it's like, I'll just sit there and be like, yeah, that'd be pretty cool, and then I just move on. It's like, well, I mean, why should you do it? Like,
I'm so guilty of that, man.
I'm saying, but the thing that I learned is that like, it's cool, man. It'll happen because if you think about it strong enough, that's something that is probably going to manifest itself. But the manifestation of it is a result of you rolling out and handling it, but without forcing yourself to do it. You know what I'm saying? Just to be like, okay, now's the time. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I tell myself, so I don't feel like I'm being lazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you be busy too. You be having all types of stuff going on sometimes, but it is important to make time for your creative side. And I feel like during the pandemic and stuff like that, if you cooped up in the house, why don't you work on things that can make you more self-sufficient, or work on your creativity, you know? It's like we don't got a choice.
Exactly. And then, like, you never lie about that. You know, as I said in a previous episode, that I was terrified of videography. And here I am making videos and doing them on a regular every day now. Started this YouTube thing and stuff, and that all came because of, you know, what happened last year. You know, and I was just I was just in tune with my inner self, if you would say. And I'm still in tune with myself on my creative side. You know, during this pandemic, what was your... Did you learn any new craft? And if so, what was it? And also, how did last year, was art a way for you to express yourself from this world? What happened last year? Because, you know, you created some great pieces, you know, that I've seen within the last few months. And and like, you know, that mind of yours is to be like, you know, how? So with that being said, how big of an impact did the pandemic play on your life last year?
Oh, I mean, it was immense. It was immense. Like, learning a lot about different ways to make money, different ways that you should be cultivating things to be able to take care of yourself, ways that you can cultivate self-sufficiency for yourself in your home, as far as, you know what I'm saying, being like us being brought back in touch with things that can help us take care of ourselves, like knowing how to grow your own food inside, or like being able to have enough food and water and stuff stocked up. And that's just like on the financial side, but then emotionally, spiritually, I'm sure, like what I was saying, people are getting all of these things that get pent up inside of you. They're being extracted because of the pressure that it takes from being isolated like that. And then you start to learn all different types of stuff about yourself. How well are you taking care of yourself? You know what I'm saying? Are you neglecting yourself or others? You know what I'm saying? Are we taking out anger on others because we're, you know what I'm saying? Like, everyone's confined to one small space. You know, it shows you that there's a lot of work to do. But as far as the artwork, it's been affecting the way that I'm being affected, you know, in life in general, is like causing me to, I guess, utilize my artwork to talk about that too. So, and I think it put a lot of pressure on me, but like in a good way, to learn how to do, you know, different stuff. So I started making, you know, I started purchasing crystals and wrapping crystals and making jewelry, because I used to hit them, I do black plum, but I mean, people just be busy, people be getting, you know, there's all types of stuff that people have them. People, I've heard people been getting laid off and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Or you just can't find work, so, or you're just trying to hustle, you just don't have the time for it. That's what I was saying, like sometimes you just don't have the time for it. And that sometimes you can, like for me, sometimes it gets me down if I feel like I don't have the time to work on something, but you gotta realize there's different shit you gotta prioritize, you know?
True. Yeah, and 100% on that for me too. And you know, a lot of things just throw you all over the place, and you never know what to expect. So you gotta be on your best cues at all times. You mentioned, you know, jewelry, the beads that you're wearing. Was that crafted by you?
Yeah, I did all these. This is my mother found a shell And I remember this shell when I was a child. And she used to keep it in like a dish with the rest of her. I think it was a couple other shells, and then it was like beads and stuff like that. But she got it out of a box when she was going through some stuff, some of her old stuff, and I was like, "Yo, let me get that. What you doing with this shell?" So yeah, but that's just silver.
Well, that's amazing, actually.
You like it?
Oh yeah.
Thanks, bro.
I mean, you already know that I'm always a fan of yours, and to be honest with you, I'm just a man who appreciates all forms of art. So it's just like my music. I'm a fan of all music. If it sounds good, looks good, then I'm interested in it. And you have to expand your mind when it comes to not just art itself, but life itself.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You have to expand your mind at all times. You can't just be narrow and be stuck in your ways. No, because one thing about life in this world, the world will always evolve. The world will always turn, keep on going. The world's not going to stop for you. So if you're just waiting for something to happen or just stuck there, then you have to reevaluate on how you go about life.
Right. You're going to get left behind.
Yes.
Right.
And I tell this to everybody. If you have an idea, that's a start. If you have a passion, that's a start for anything. Truthfully, anything that you come up with and create and manifest within yourself and build that, have that grow, like that is your art form, believe it or not. In order to accomplish all of those things, you have to have a plan, a setup. And I just see things differently from people. My name is World of Art, spelled with 2 D's and 2 T's, because I see things differently. I see the ugly side, I see a bad side. Like the way how I look at life is if we're somewhere like say if here's this taking random pictures of this anything, and we go into a room separately and somebody say, hey, take your best pic of this camera here. My angle is going to be different from your angle.
Right.
My shot and my eye that I see from this picture will be different from what you see. So,
and that's remarkable though, because
we're
both looking at the same thing.
But it's the exact same thing.
Exactly.
So I just see things differently. Like somebody may say, "Oh, that's weird, that's strange, that don't look right," but I'm looking from it from a different angle, and that's why I'm forever taking pictures of everything that I do or see or video and it may look like nothing to you, but to me, that's something.
Right.
So, and you can just do that with what's around you, and then apply it to yourself, your brand, and bring people around you into your circle and help elevate all of them. I guarantee you that you will go far. You'll go high to the top. So, I'm glad that I started, this podcast, to bring people on here like yourself, because I want you to go to the next level with your craft, period. So, I appreciate you coming on to the show. Is there a way that people can reach you? Do you have, social media or anything else on how people can if they want to purchase something or do business with you?
My Instagram is Uncle Z. That's Uncle_ZIQUE. If you're looking for commissions, because I am a freelance artist and I work in different medias, drawings, paintings, sculptures, expanded medias, video, and animation. You could just contact me through DM at my Instagram. The website is on the way. I started uploading some things. I just need to shoot some more of the new stuff, and then we we should be rolling pretty soon. I'm shooting for like the end of this month.
Okay, and as soon as that website is available, I will let them know, notify you guys, let you guys know, make a little mini video clip of, say, hey, he's up and going, so, let's talk some business and make this happen. So I promise you guys will not be disappointed, and as you guys can already see, during some of the clips, I mean, the brother got skills. I mean, the brother has skills, so
Appreciate that.
Definitely get in contact with Uncle Zeke.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but it was definitely appreciate you coming on to the show. We got to do this again.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So don't be a stranger up on it. So if you wanna, just come on here again and just talk about, a project or a idea, where to come.
Yeah,
all right.
Sure. I do have some stuff lined up, but I appreciate it. I really do.
No problem.
I also have an album coming out. It's called Everything Falls, Everything Fights Back. And a lot of the imagery, actually a lot of the things we're talking about right now, is kind of centered around what's happening in the world right now and how it's revolutionizing every single person and giving us a different outlook on life so that we will essentially be creating like a new world, a new way of thinking.
All right, well, that sounds great, and we will keep you guys up to date on everything that's going on. But I look forward to that album.
Hey man, appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
Anytime. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys stopping in. Subscribe, support, tap that link, tap that like, share that button, and please continue to join in World of Art Podcast.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.